Bowie.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all?
Noonchi Podcast is back.
Yeah.
Today, I've been getting a lot of comments about my sweater. Number one, they're asking me, why the fuck are you wearing a sweater in this weather?
Yeah.
But as I told you,
Yeah.
I need more long sleeves
Yeah.
because to cover...
Up the psoriasis.
Yeah. And it's not because, well, I guess I'm embarrassed of it, but more importantly, I don't like explaining.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because
mean?
Koreans are very inquisitive.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Like even the 편의점 아저씨 will be
Yeah,
like,
what
hey,
the
what's
fuck
wrong
is
with your
that?
arms?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And I was like, I want to like just touch them, just be like, here,
Mhm.
here, let me, just freak them out some more, right?
Yeah.
So that, but also P-Shake University, P-Shake Univ, they are a very popular YouTube channel in Korea, and they happen to be kind of like my dongsengs that helped start the stand-up scene, and they gave it to me for free. The reason why they asked me is because they are in another MCN. So basically, it's like I'm wearing a competitor's creator's merch.
That's why they asked you to be funny about it?
Huh?
So they can have one on you?
No, but I'll be
They're
like, but
wouldn't that be funny if you wore that at work? Is that
Yeah.
why they gave it to you?
maybe. But I wore it, and then when people, nobody's gonna give me shit. But then if they did,
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's not like y'all give me merch.
Yeah.
I don't
True.
have this company's merch.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. So that's why I'm wearing what I'm wearing. Bob, how are you, buddy?
I'm a little better
Uh,
and worse at the same time.
right.
I mean, I thought I got it figured out last week, right?
Mm.
Because I did get a week off.
Right.
But then now I'm back off onto another week of work.
Mm.
And I'm just trying to find a balance. And right now, I'm just kind of, it's like up and down for me.
Have you read the
Well,
comments?
I haven't.
There's a
no.
lot of people that are rooting for you.
Oh man, thank
Yeah.
you. Like I meant it when I said I'm gonna stay off of social media.
Mm.
Even YouTube. I mean, really, it is social media, right? So
Mhm.
I really do appreciate all the comments.
So let's read
But-
some. You know what I mean?
please. Yeah, why not?
Korean
Let's do it.
YouTubers,
Mhm.
Korean podcasters.
Yeah.
They read comments. It's part of their like segment.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Let's do that. Yeah.
So I will not say the names.
Yeah,
In
okay.
case they want to
Okay.
be anonymous. But
Mhm.
one person says, I actually bought 2 Big Phony t-shirts last week and just received it today.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Right.
What? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't. Oh, that's like
Right.
above and beyond.
Yeah. Someone says, welcome back. What do you call a pissed off ajumma? An ojumma.
Ojima?
Pissed off.
Ojima. That's kind of funny. It's
Mm.
definitely
Don't-
a Kyopo joke.
Don't give him that. That's
Don't go. Don't
boo.
go.
Don't go chasing waterfall. Okay. Our podcasting compatriots. I don't know what to call our brothers in arm of bring me the feels.
Bring me the feels. Yeah.
Yes. They say, I feel you, Bobby. My wife and kids are actually stuck in Korea.
Mhm.
Haven't lived with them for almost a year and a half.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Yeah, dude. That man. That was like. I mean, I've yet to be away from my son more than 2 weeks.
Mm.
When he was first born, I was
Right.
working in Japan,
Right.
and I missed 6 months of my wife's pregnancy
Mm.
until she gave birth. I
Yeah.
came the day before.
Right.
And then he was born. I spent a week,
Mhm.
and then I went back to work
Uh,
for a couple of weeks, I think.
right.
And I couldn't stand to be away,
Right.
and I quit that job and came back to Korea.
Nice. It's-
That even 2 weeks was hard. Oh my gosh, man!
right.
Like
a
for-
year and a half.
That's
You know.
that's mind blowing.
Somebody says the BetterHelp app is a start. I can provide you with a 1 week free trial. They
Mhm.
match you up with a mental health counselor.
Oh my
Mental health
gosh.
is huge
Mhm.
now more than ever due to COVID isolation.
Yeah.
We're still in this pandemic and we're all struggling in one way or the other.
Incredible.
Yeah. Someone else says, hope you feel better soon, Bobby. Good on you for voicing it. And I'm totally with you on the mosquitoes. I remember last episode, there was a mosquito here and your brain went, fuck the podcast.
Yeah.
I am going to catch this motherfucker, right?
I mean, I'm not getting proper sleep because of the mosquitoes these days. But when there isn't one, I'm sleeping better.
Right.
So I'm back to getting more than 3 hours of sleep. So that's good.
Boom.
I wanted to give a shout out to Jin for sending us some money for chimek.
Yes.
For chicken.
Yes.
Danny and I actually went and got chicken yesterday.
Yes. Thank you, Jin.
Yeah.
We did not have chimek. We had what we call chiso.
Chiso.
Because we can partake in the mek part of the chimek.
Yeah. So chiso in English is cancel. So we had some cancel.
Stupid.
So stupid. But
God damn, I blame the Ojuma joke.
Yeah.
So, we maybe, you know what? I think if we talk some of our plans and we throw it out into the universe, maybe it'll come more to fruition, right?
I think that's a problem. I keep too much in me.
Right.
I don't express myself enough, and I just kind of like let things fester.
Yes.
Yes. I think I let that happen, and then I just start making up shit. That's never good.
Right.
It's always like negative, and I start believing in it, and it takes me down this like road of like not being able to trust my instincts,
right?
But following my emotions. So, I got problems, but I'm sure a lot of people do, and we're in it together. I thank you for your comments. I thank you for your suggestions and the love overall, because I mean, me being honest about it has been the best thing for me. Like, at times I could be very closed.
Yeah.
Closed,
I mean, I think a lot of people, like, ultimately, like, there's still a little bit of shame in admitting that you're not in a good place.
Yeah.
That you don't have all your shit together.
Yeah.
And so, and everyone's different in the way they deal with their problems, right? And, everyone's mode is different, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like you just need to find the better mode.
Yeah.
And that's what we're...
I'm still in that stage of feeling shameful and embarrassed and but I think I've made the first step,
right?
And that's got to be a good thing. And the back and forth stuff, I wasn't expecting. I thought I really had the answers, but also it's admitting that you don't have the answers even when it feels right.
Right. Well, me and my you know what? I think it's because and I'm not saying that this is right, but like everyone around me that I grew up with, including my father and everybody, it was like suck it up, motherfucker. Like that was kind of the way to deal with it, or just being just being very, very how do you say, strong, or just like in your face about it.
I mean, I think that was the problem with at least for us, like in the 70s, 80s, like that macho attitude was like expected of even young kids.
Right. Don't cry.
Young boys in particular, right? So
my father was like, there's only like 2 times a man should cry.
Oh man.
It was when your mom dies. Or your dad dies. You know what I mean? Like when your parents die.
When a parent dies.
Right. That's the only time you should cry, right?
Yeah.
And then he says that, and then we'll watch a Korean drama, and his ass is crying. Right? And I was like, hey, man, that's not your mom on the screen. It's someone else's mom. It's a fake mom, right?
But my mom says, crying is essential. What it does is the tears don't stop at your chin. They actually go further down and wash your heart.
She said this in Korean?
Yeah.
Mm,
The tears actually wash your heart.
right.
And, you know, as a man, I'm just like, what? That's bullshit. I'm just kidding. No.
I got a 30-ass heart.
I mean, my 80s manly answer. But no, like when I hear my mom say something sweet like that, like those things stand out, you know.
Yesterday, I was listening to one of those old episodes of Opie and Anthony to go to sleep, right?
Mhm.
And what they discussed was not movies that made us cry per se,
Uh-huh.
but what were good movie cries. So
Good-
scenes in movies
Oh,
where they
yeah,
cried and
yeah.
you were like, "Oh shit, I felt that."
Oh man, I think we talked about this at least on
No, we talked.
not on Noonchi.
No, we talked about movies that made us cry.
Yeah.
But we're talking
Moments?
about scenes
Scenes
where
in-
the actor cried and you
Oh.
were like, "That was sad."
What, you're crying along with them?
Right? Possibly.
Oh.
You know? Like one scene that was mentioned, and I disagree with Patrice O'Neill, was that the scene in Rocky 3
Uh-huh.
where Mickey dies,
Yeah.
right? Because Rocky sounds like, you know,
Yeah.
Mickey, we're supposed to,
Yeah,
right? And I
it
was
was-
like, it made me laugh at him. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But some classic scenes that were brought up were
Yeah.
like Denzel Washington crying in Glory.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He goes like, "That's a mushy stuff."
Oh man, that is
You
a
know?
much as it.
But you know what? To
See,
be honest, when you
the-
cry,
Uh-huh.
real cry,
You've seen me cry?
no.
Oh, because you pointed at me.
Yeah,
like
no.
when you cry.
When you cry,
a little bit.
no, my question is, to me, I believe that a real cry
Mhm.
can't look cool.
Oh, I agree.
You
Yeah.
like if you ugly
All right.
cry, then that's a real cry.
Let me add a couple of scenes from movies where actors got it like a little too real.
Oh.
There's a movie with Halle Berry. Does a really great scene of crying when she's trying to get to her son in Monsters Ball.
I remember Monsters Ball for a whole different other
Oh
scene.
yeah. She was amazing in that.
Make
And
me
then-
feel good.
And then there was another movie with Sean Penn. Also, I think he was like, it was Mystic River or something, where he
Mystic
was
River.
like going crazy over his son, or
Right.
And then, yeah, those were so dramatic,
Right.
that it made me feel like I should be crying with them.
But
Yeah.
do they look, how do you say, were they ugly cries? Or were they like pretty,
yeah, it was ugly cries.
by the
But
way,
they don't look. Actually, Halle Berry does not look ugly. She's just
no,
Mm,
but like, you know what I
okay.
mean? There's some movies where there's a crying scene and then like, it's like
like in
just,
K-Town Cowboys.
just tears come out like this,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
By the way, like, I wouldn't consider myself an actor,
Yeah.
right? Although, well, now that I'm in Korea, I'm not a part of SAG, right? But
Mhm.
technically I am, right?
Yeah.
So what always got to me is, so you know, like, okay, so like the camera's on me. Like,
Yeah.
say we do a scene
Mhm.
and I'm supposed to cry,
Okay.
right? And I fucking kill it. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh my god, cut!"
Yeah.
Right? And now they have to do the other angle.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I was like, "Well, motherfucker, I gotta cry again."
Well, it's worse when you get when you get the other person's angle first,
right.
and you nail it then.
Right,
and
right,
then
right.
when it's your turn,
Mm.
when the camera's on you,
Mm.
and it's your turn to actually do it again,
Right,
it's like, and you can't hit it.
right.
It's like the worst feeling.
Because you've cried
Mhm.
in your movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't an ugly cry, but you know,
It was.
it wasn't a much to cry either.
I mean, it was. I needed a few more takes, to be honest, but
Mm.
it was so freezing that night.
Mm.
Every time they called cut,
Mm.
they had to run over and put a blanket and jacket
Mm.
around me, and it was one of those nights, and everyone was just freezing,
Mm.
and we couldn't get any more takes.
Well, the sniffles
Yeah.
I mean, because it's cold,
Yeah.
it added to the effect
Yeah.
of crying, right?
Well, if you watch my movie,
Oh.
you'll know what we're talking about.
But did you know, like, for those that don't know, like, I did a short film where I was supposed to cry, and I had no sadness in my heart that day, right? So it's kind of like chapstick.
Yeah.
That they like they rub underneath your eye.
Oh,
But it's like menthol.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That helps.
So you're just like, oh, so it's coming out, right? Or
Okay.
sometimes it's like a kind of like a mentholated fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you can do that, but like I've done the stick,
Oh, really?
and that works, because I'm like, there's no way that if you take like 3 different angles, right?
You're gonna be consistent.
You're gonna cry every single time. Like
Yeah.
there's those directors that are notorious for doing like 100 takes.
Yeah.
Imagine you as a crying scene,
Mm-hmm.
man, you'll be dried the fuck out.
There's scenes where like you want them to have had a better take, or like it's like they're supposed to be crying but they can't make. You know the movie Magnolia, when Tom Cruise cries?
Right.
I couldn't get into it. Like I didn't believe him.
Why?
Like I think he was trying too hard to be emotional, and he couldn't get the tears out. And that scene alone kind of like took me out of it.
Tom Cruise just should run and climb.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great actor. He's an amazing actor. But like that scene, I think they missed an opportunity, or they just were like, for me, it was an amazing movie. Otherwise, I really loved Magnolia. Really great movie. Great soundtrack.
So I brought up that I was saying that if we kind of throw our ideas out into the universe, even on this podcast, that they might come to fruition. I know we are kind of planning to do a trip / performance in Jeju-do.
Yeah, that's something screw mosquito.
Here we go again, guys.
Yeah, so if we and I've been talking about it with our friends.
Right.
And we're talking about doing a show in Jeju. Most important thing is to get us there. Right. Because you haven't been there before. But if we had a reason for going, all the better. Yeah. I'm not really worried about the amount of people that actually come. Right. Although that would be great. So if you guys have any ideas on how we can promote this thing, we're thinking about doing it at a brewery in Jeju.
Right. Now, the reason why I also bring this up is because, I'm not as active as I used to be on Clubhouse. Right?
Yeah.
But there's a room the only room that I really go into these days, right? It's a
fixed room.
It's a Korean room where it's like, it's basically translated. It's like meeting people that have different occupations.
Oh,
so it's not like artists only or whatever, right?
Okay,
so that room, a priest comes in.
Okay.
Like just random people, and they were just friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But one time, a bar owner in Jeju-do came in, and he's first time, and he goes, "Hey guys, like you guys seem to like have good advice." Because we're giving out relationship advice that one day, right? And so he comes in and he goes, "I have a question." He goes, "I live with my girlfriend.
Okay.
But I want to break up with her because we do not have sex." Right?
Okay.
And the reason why is because she's not necessarily into it. And every time they do it, she says it hurts.
Okay.
And I go, "Whoa there, braggart," right? But then I go, "Yeah, then why don't you break up with her?"
Yeah.
Why can't you break up with her?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Because I own a bar and she's my best worker," right? And I go, "Come on, man, there has to be like, I'm sure you can find a decent bartender in Jeju-do, right?
No, but I think he's right though.
Right.
It's hard to come by like certain, when it comes to people you work with and they're reliable.
Yeah.
In the F&B business, I know this is really important that if you find someone that's reliable, you hold on to them
right
as well as you can, right? So even in this case,
Right.
There's got to be a way though for compromise. It's all starts with honesty, right? But maybe I don't know what the relationship is, but we know couples that started as couples and they went into business together, in the restaurant business, and they made it work, right? But it all ended with a mutual respect, and then they could focus on the fact that they're making money.
Right. Although I think this is different because this is more of a boss employee / boyfriend girlfriend situation.
Not like partner.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm like, they asked me, hey, so what's your advice? And I was like, well, 사장님, you better suck it up. You better fire her, and your ass needs to fucking make some more cocktails, motherfucker. Right? Stop lollygagging, right?
Right.
So
no,
anyway,
that's true. That's good advice. Stringing someone along for that reason is terrible.
Yeah. So we gave more advice, and we had a good time in that room to a point where he sent the guy who led the room 2 bottles of scotch.
Wow. Why not just one?
Just to be like, hey, these are my favorite. I thank you guys so much. I had a great time. Whenever you guys are in Jeju-do, please hit me up.
How do you send that? I'm just curious. Is it like a
택배?
So you ask for their address and stuff.
Yeah, so
like that.
he hit him up via DM.
Okay.
And so
because sometimes you guys have separate cacao rooms, right? That you
right.
Then you can actually send gifts through Kakao, right?
Yeah.
And then you put in the address.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it was one of those.
Yeah, but then so he sent a bottle of Singleton and a bottle of Lefroy.
Damn, that's not cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
nice.
I bring that up because when we go to Jeju-do, I can ask him because some of the people in the room have been to Jeju-do, met with the guy.
Yeah. That's cool.
And says he's well-connected, cool guy. And furthermore, he's still with his girlfriend, right?
Oh, really? Okay. Well, invite him to the show.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm definitely gonna hit him up if we do that. But yeah, I mean, the last episode, or was it 2 episodes? It was last episode where I went abroad. Not abroad, but I went outside of Seoul to do a gig, right? So to me, it's not about making the money. It's about a reason to go out there, and then from there, say it's 3-4 days I'm out there, and 1 day is just a gig, and that's it, right? So that's what I
think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, for that matter, anywhere in Korea you haven't been that you want to go, that's a great, kind of added reason for going. It's for motivation, I guess. But also, you're not here to really settle down. You're here to make some moves, right?
Right.
I would love to have this. I think we talked about this last week, maybe, but I just need a redo.
Yeah.
Because my first show in Jeju was one person. Well, I got it set up through my
you should have
old
talked about
label.
the Spider-Man, like I did, or the Dirty Sanchez or whatever.
No, so what happened was one person was there, and then turned out to be a journalist. So actually, that's happened to me actually a couple times where I played for an audience of one, and it's always been somebody that. And it turned out to be an important thing. Right. They ended up writing about me.
Yeah. Did they write favorably about you for the Jeju?
Yeah, we double checked on that, and it was not I was the only one there. It was they were the only one that came and paid for a ticket because my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, but she had gone to Jeju with me. We went on a trip with her friends too. And her friends came too. So it wasn't entirely empty. It was her friends.
But they got comped.
Yeah. And the one person. So I played worse situation.
Actually, let me. Okay. I have a question about this. All right. Given that you perform and I perform.
Yeah.
Right. What are your thoughts about comp tickets?
Comp tickets?
Like
early on when we were first starting out, I always had a lot you know, because it was a bigger deal to even friends that I was taking this step in my life.
Right.
And everyone was excited for me. And let's get as many people there. And so I gave comp tickets to like 40 people every show. And then they would end up like bringing 1 or 2 people. So it worked out. Right. But after a while, it just became like a social like gathering more than like people coming to actually see me perform new material and whatnot. So I started to get kind of tired giving out comps and just like, yo, if you guys like, it's one thing if you're actually fans of my music, you know, then I'm okay with like, you know, giving you comp tickets. But if you're just there to hang out and stuff, could you support me? You know, I don't know.
There was I know I didn't tell this story, but I know I've told you this story privately a long time ago, right?
Yeah, let's hear it again.
Okay, so you had a show at Hotel Cafe. We were friends, right? Or we are friends, but we were friends then too.
Yeah.
And so you were like, yeah, I'll put your name on the guest list. Plus, I was dating somebody then, right? So before the show, we went to go meet my girlfriend at the time and a few other people that were going to the show were eating Korean barbecue.
Okay.
Right? But it was all you can eat. It was Taho Galbi, if you remember, the one on the corner of.
I do remember Taho.
So what happened was this one dude who's also coming to the show shows up late, said he's not going to eat, and he starts name dropping like, oh,
everybody.
No, he was like, I was like, yo, what took you so long? Where'd you park? He's like, oh, I parked at Ken Oak's house. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was.
Ken, you used to live near Tahoe. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Didn't need to name drop Ken Oak to me, but okay, whatever, right? So afterwards, we go to your show at Hotel Cafe. We're waiting in line. Obviously, there's a guest list, and I go, "Hey, I'm on the guest list, and it's Danny Cho +1."
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, all right, you're on the list, right?" The guy that was name dropping goes, "Oh, I should be on the list too," and then he goes, "My name is such and such."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Sorry, you're not on the list," and he's like, "Damn it, Bobby."
Why don't I remember this? Wait. You're going to tell me who it is, right?
Later. Right. Okay. No, but then when he said that, me and my girlfriend at the time were cracking up because he was being such a douche the whole time.
Oh, really?
Dropping, saying he knows everybody, everything's cool.
Yeah.
But then he gets to the line and goes, "Oh, my name should be there too. My name is, so and so. I'm sorry, your name's not on there." Damn it, Bobby.
That's the funny part. Like the knee-jerk reaction was, "Oh, damn it, Bobby."
Oh,
I remember though, like,
you fucking douchebag! When I wanted to smack you that whole night, right?
So I remember at one point I just stopped doing guest lists and comps because it just made it easier because people got butthurt if you didn't add them, right? So I remember doing announcements on Facebook, whatever it was, Twitter. Okay, so I have a show coming up. By the way, no guest list, so please get your tickets. Like I can't deal with the guest list anymore. And that kind of actually was when I started selling out shows.
Right.
Yeah.
I've told the comedians.
Yeah.
I go, here are the only ways that you're gonna get
a comp. Yeah.
A significant other. And only the significant other. If she's bringing friends, fuck them.
Pay.
They need to pay.
Yeah.
Family members and celebrities that would fucking share this on their Instagram.
Okay, that up the value of the.
Aside from that, everyone eats a dick and pays tickets, right?
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
And then they were like, why? And I was like, because they're stealing money from us.
Yeah.
Right.
If they're sitting there, then let's say it's a sold out show and nobody else can get to it.
Right.
Yeah. That's lost money for everyone.
Yeah. So that was my rule. I don't need you being there as support.
Yeah.
I need you to either pay for it so that a portion of that comes to me, or drink and a portion of that comes to me.
I mean, this is a normal conversation for us, but we're actually dropping knowledge here
Yeah.
for young people that might be listening to this show.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big conversation. Like you comping people, your friends and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Just get over it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like have them pay.
Yep.
You know, like if they want to be there, the best way they can support is, you know, spreading the word,
Right.
but also paying for a ticket. Like that's, you know, it's not cool. Like you think it's cool. It's like you're getting a backstage access kind of thing by being on the list. I'm on the list kind of thing, but it's not cool. Like you get over that like eventually, so you might as well don't start with that.
And also, if you comp somebody once, they'll expect to be comped all the time.
Yeah.
And so that means that they'll never pay for whatever.
That's a difficult conversation. So
I remember one time it was when I did the Kings of K-Town comedy show at the Laugh Factory, right?
Okay.
And we had to pack the house, so it wasn't like a money thing. It was like let's just film it, so let's make it full. So we comped almost everybody, right?
Yeah.
And then like some girl that we both know, she's like an aspiring actress. She comes super late.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm here for you guys." And I was like, "Bitch, get the fuck out of my face!" Right? I was like, "This is not support."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All the asses are filled. Don't need you.
Yeah.
You know. And so I was like, after that, my whole thing about comping people, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you came, I would comp you because, you know what I mean? Because we've seen each other's show so many times. Like, it doesn't matter, right? You know? But, the last one I didn't comp you. I apologize. But
no, I did too, man. That's not an issue.
No, but anyway, there is no segue for this next thing I want to talk about. But it hit my radar quite recently, and I want to talk about it. So a white influencer who has had 18 surgeries to look like K-pop star Jimin has been slammed online after revealing they are finally Korean after having surgery.
Who's Jimin?
Jimin is a member of BTS.
Okay.
Right? So this white dude from London got a shit ton of surgery to look like this boy band member. And then after the surgeries, by the way, this guy is Ollie, who came out as both non-binary and transracial, explained, "Hey guys, I'm finally Korean. I've transitioned. I'm so happy. I've completed my look. I'm finally Korean, guys. I have the eyes. I've just had a brow lift as well. I'm so happy."
I have the eyes?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
That was like that's what
Yeah.
turned the tide?
Yeah.
the eyes.
Right.
That's a rough choice of words.
Yes. And so, you know, like people on Twitter are like going, "Did you really say like you're Korean because you have the eyes?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But it's beyond that. Like, I mean, like I don't know anything about this person. You know, I think everyone has the right to alter their own body. It's their own body. They can do what they want. But in terms of, does that look like Jimin? Do they look like Jimin?
No.
Okay, so I think it's like, all right, I'm Korean American. I'm not Korean.
Right.
You know,
Right.
And I haven't, you know, like, but I could probably get away with calling myself Korean.
Yeah, you have the eyes.
I don't know. It's not, I guess it's more than a state of mind or like a, you know, it's nothing to do with physicality.
Right.
It has everything to do with your blood and your history.
Right.
Right. So you could like identify with Koreans and their culture. I think if you have been through similar hardships. But I don't know. I don't tend to agree just based on that information that I would be sympathetic to. I don't know. I really don't have a stance on this. Like, I think it's really like, I don't know, have enough information, but it just, at first listen,
Man, how come you
right.
can't say fuck this fool?
because I don't have enough information. Like I don't know if this person would also like I don't want to like be offensive. I don't know how sensitive this person is.
Right.
You know, and I don't want to end up being a bully about it. But
well,
it's their body, you know.
No, I mean
the body thing is
yeah.
than
Them,
the whole, like,
them changing their face to
Korean.
whatever the fuck they want to change it to is on them, right?
Mhm.
But like, just because you tweaked all your features to be quote unquote more Asian or even more Korean, as you say, that's not what makes you Korean.
I mean, if you put it to any other race, like maybe that'll shed some light on it. Like if somebody really wanted to look like Shakira, you know, like it was like, I'm finally Latino.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But remember years ago, there was this like white girl that said she was black, but there was like no traces of African or descent in her. Okay. But that's what she said she was.
After getting
no surgery, no nothing. Oh, okay. She just came out like, you know? So.
For some weird reason, it reminds me of this YouTube video I saw where this person was in a coma and woke up Chinese.
Or like
or something like that.
Woke up speaking with a Chinese accent.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how to feel about that. You know what I mean?
It was kind of,
because it was a white girl. I think she had like some sort of like head trauma. And then she got out of it and it's like, hello, my name is Heather. Right. So this person writes, my new official Korean name is Park Jimin Hwing Tae-young입니다.
What? All right. So Park is the last name.
Yeah. and the rest of it is Jimin Hwing Tae-young입니다.
Even with the 입니다?
Yes.
What?
So if
that's on purpose?
I think he doesn't know actually.
입니다. It's like saying
this person wants to be referred to as a they. So they don't know proper Korean, obviously, right? So if you're saying that your official name, okay, this is what it's like. Ask me what my name is.
What's your name?
My official name is Danny Cho.
Including the my name
is. Yes.
Yeah, that's why it sounds weird.
Right.
So, I mean, okay. I mean, that's another way to stand out, I guess. Like,
I mean, this person already stands out by looking like a fucking catfish. He looks like a frozen fish that you see in the supermarket. You know what I mean?
Oof.
You know?
Okay. Well,
this is not like, what do you, okay. Again, your own body, do what you will, right?
Like,
okay, but now I have a question for you as a father.
Yeah.
Now, Korean ass Benji comes up to you, looking Korean as hell, and goes, Papa, I love Oasis.
Oh, you're trying to do a British accent? So my son one day is just like, I'm British.
Yeah, I want to be British. Right?
It's like, I would say, you get to make believe. So I'm going to make believe I'm a dad in the 60s and beat your ass.
But Papa.
I'm just kidding.
But Papa, I want biscuits and tea, Papa.
That's a pretty hilarious scenario.
Right?
I mean,
like, what's the difference between that happening? This is the reverse of that, right? Right?
Sure.
So, and then you'd be like, okay, hey guys, officially, my name is Noel Gallagher. Oh, yo, man, that would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would support, as Uncle Danny, I would be supportive.
I mean, you know, like whoever this guy is, like, I think he's got a lot. I mean, it's probably, maybe if they like the attention, that's why they're doing it. So more power to them, you know. I just hope that there's never any regrets
Mm.
down the line, because that's hard to reverse, like those kinds of decisions. So
Oh yeah, of course.
yeah,
This is worse than a tattoo. There's laser
yeah,
to undo a tattoo,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there's not. You can't undo a different species. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna laugh at this.
You
We're gonna
did.
move on, man. We're gonna move. We're gonna move on. I think we're in muddy waters. We're muddy waters right now. Like,
Just want to.
it's your YouTube channel, right?
I know, yeah, it's
So,
my channel.
all right.
Whatever. I know you're not in it. You know what?
Okay.
Anyone wants to attack me, Danny Cho. But no, again, like, personally, I'm willing to admit that I'm not educated enough
Hmm.
to like the pronoun stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go
Like-
there.
like,
I don't know. I don't know. Have enough information myself.
That
Mhm.
like a part of me, it just makes me think I have to relearn the language again. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And we're both old. Like you said,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have trouble learning things if you think you're not gonna ever use it. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's right. That's why I feel you on that, because I've kind of fallen under the same boat. The pronoun stuff, the binary stuff. Okay, let's let that slide.
Yeah.
But the racial stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's go back to what is a Korean in your mind? Like, it could be
Oh.
funny, it could be, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
could,
I mean, for me, that has changed over time,
right.
Like, I didn't know much about Chung and
Han.
Han.
Mm.
I didn't really. I mean, I wish I cared more about that stuff
Right.
when I was younger.
Right.
But having been in Korea and getting to understand it a little bit better,
Right.
I feel like that has so much to do with
Mm.
what being Korean is.
Mm-mm.
And it comes from a very difficult history,
Mm-mm.
right? There's a lot that just was passed on
Right.
because of the difficult times. And
So, like, being knowledgeable about the what do you call it? The tumultuous history of Korea,
yeah,
and being knowledgeable and understanding of it it's
kind of
probably
like
a step
this.
in the right step,
Like, I
right?
talked about this on Koo's podcast,
Mm.
and it's like when I was in college, I went to school in Boston, right?
Mm-mm.
And whenever I met another Asian American from New York in Boston, there was some unspoken. There's a lot of unspoken like things that I automatically knew about them that we didn't have to discuss, and it made us closer off the bat, right? So if I met like another Korean American from New York in Boston for the first time in my life,
Right.
it was always like, oh, so you probably go to church, probably fake speaking in tongues at some point, you probably like had it hard and run everywhere and don't walk at a slow pace. You grew up scared,
Right.
And so us being in Boston, we felt a little safer, but at least you didn't have to talk through that. Like, I think Koreans have that instinctually, like, and I think that's why we get a certain pass, even as Korean Americans or Kyopos, because I think Koreans instinctively know, at least somewhere in our genes, that we have that same chemistry. Like, yeah, our parents went through hard times.
Like,
our ancestors are the same.
Is it like cultural DNA, or kind of? I don't know what the right term
I believe
is,
in it.
Right. But
I really
like
believe
that,
in
where
it. Yeah.
you get, I don't want to say the
passes
rage,
down,
but not the rage, but you got like
sure, that too though.
That stuff that you see our parents have, which is very interesting, because one of the replies to this person's I guess coming out party, I guess whatever,
Uh-huh.
was you could have just moved to Korea and got their citizenship. That would have made you more of a Korean than changing your fucking face,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Which to a certain degree is actually the right answer, because I know some foreigner or they were born elsewhere. They're complete like ethnically Turkish.
Yeah.
But like they have Korean citizenship now.
Yeah. Even
Right.
even so, like we have some friends that were granted citizenship as or gifted even because of their commitment to Korean culture and giving back,
Right.
and learning as much as they can and living here,
Yeah.
and paying their taxes and stuff. But beyond that, they're I mean it's about being committed to the culture and making, and obviously affecting your life,
Right.
like
No,
in
absolutely.
in the public sense, right?
Not just because you like a certain singer.
I mean, is that commitment?
Yeah. Huh?
There is a certain amount of commitment in that too, but it's not like rooted in Korean.
Yeah.
It's like nobody asked you
Right.
to do that. It's like
No, that's why
weird.
that's why I'm going, you wanting to be Korean, there are other ways and there are more helpful ways for you to become Korean.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. But you changing your face as the only thing because you like a K-pop star, you can't, that's not how you become Korean, right? It's beyond just saying I love Korean culture and I love Korean food, and you know what I mean? Like I love packed subways in the mornings and wet bathroom floors, and even if you face all of that, that still don't make you Korean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just like stuff like that is where like I don't identify myself as a Korean,
Yeah.
I'm more American than I am Korean, to be honest.
Same here. I think there's a certain amount of like sacrifice that needs to be made. There needs to be a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
Like I would say, if I had taken that opportunity to go to the army when I was given the chance, even though I didn't have to, I think that would bring me one step closer, because that's the certain kind of commitment that, Koreans might respect.
Right.
There's other ways we can do that, like being here and being active and, giving back or being essential or not non-essential, but like at least trying to bring something good to the culture here.
Right.
Like I feel that way a lot about like, Linus BBQ and like other like of our friends that have restaurants that are bringing like enriching the culture with
like Western food or
Western
stuff.
food, but like it's like this bringing it back home kind of attitude where Linus was actually influenced by Korean culture in Alabama, and then he brought that specific kind of concoction back to Korea.
Right.
And only Korea gets to benefit from it.
Right.
I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think we do that in little ways as well. In the same way, my music, I don't sing in Korean, but nor do I feel like I need to. I feel like my songs have depth because I'm Korean.
Right.
Because I saw how much my parents suffered and know their history.
Right.
That affects my music, my art, and then I bring it back to Korea, and it does become something new that only, for most part, when I play live, that's only available here.
Yeah, I mean,
right,
I'm bringing real stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not actually, it's a different form of it.
Well,
like, I mean, it's rooted in the same like.
It's similar principles and formulas, but with with a lot of like Korean, like knowing their sensibilities.
I mean, it's so important.
Right.
Like, and there's no way that you would completely get it right, but actually you would be closer than somebody that wasn't Korean American,
Right.
or didn't have, at
Right.
least some connection.
Because it
with-
becomes I've seen a lot of foreigners attempt stand up in Korean,
Yeah.
and it's not even being funny per se. Sometimes it looks like they treat it like it's a magic show.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh shit, why is that white guy speaking Korean? And
Oh, yeah.
like that's what it feels like. And so that plus I go, are they laughing with you or are they laughing at you? Right.
Or is it more gimmick than it is
Yeah.
art?
Yeah, don't be a
right?
fucking circus, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I say to a lot of those people.
Mhm.
But I think this is gonna tie it up. But yesterday when we were eating chicken with
Mhm.
a friend, we talked about a video, right? Because you brought up fake speaking in tongue,
Yeah.
right? And there is a video that every now and again cheers me up. It is a old YouTube video of John Lennon, Chuck Berry, and,
Oh, yeah.
and then Yoko Ono in the back going, "Hi-ya!"
Oh, yeah. That.
You saw how I fucking wrapped it all together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic one.
Yeah.
It's like
Ladies and gentlemen, I just type in John Lennon,
Chuck Berry. That's
Chuck Berry, and then you listen to
Yoko Ono.
you'll see them like performing together, and they're killing it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Yoko Ono's in the back with, I think she's with playing on the tambourines, and then she goes, "Ay, right?
And Chuck Berry's.
And Chuck Berry's face is like, "Hey, yo,
Well,
John."
I don't want to completely hate on Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Like Yoko Ono is like, I mean, for what kind of artist she was at the time,
Yeah.
and what kind of artist she is now,
Yeah.
I think she's great. But maybe it just clashed with the fact that she was so close to
But-
John Lennon and the Beatles that nobody was ready for that.
No, but
Uh,
you gotta see Chuck Berry's face to be like, "Hey, yo, John." Yo, what the fuck? Dog?
all right.
So there's you know what, maybe what we should
What?
do is we should every now and again
Yeah.
just throw like give a reference to a classic YouTube video or
Yeah.
a link.
Let's just do them all now, because
Yeah.
I feel like this is making me think of other videos that make me crack up.
Things that make me laugh.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I don't know if we did it here. You can type in Carl Lewis sings the national anthem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, that's such a good one.
Yeah, yes. For
It's
those
so
that
good.
But for those that
Yeah.
don't know, Carl Lewis is a multi-time gold medalist in like track and field, and, like Olympic.
Yeah,
got a shit ton of
a
medals, right?
multi-timed
Yeah, right?
gold
Like,
medalist.
84, 88, 92.
Right,
This
yeah.
motherfucker
A
won.
repeat.
Yeah, for like
Yeah.
12 years, right?
Yeah,
What the fuck is he doing singing the national anthem
yeah.
at a Chicago?
Stay in your lane,
Yes, Chicago Bulls game, right?
man.
Guys,
Yeah,
when I'm in a bad mood,
yeah,
that's one, right?
yeah.
I think we talked about this one
Mhm.
before a few times. Booker T, the wrestler,
I knew
calling
you were gonna bring that up
Hulk Hogan the N-word. Hilarious.
on live TV.
It's Mean Gene
You know-
Oakland going, "Hey, Booker T, what do you think about the upcoming match with Hulk Hogan?" He's like, "Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you." And he says the word and he's like, "Oh shit, I get fired."
I think there was a follow of Booker T and Hulk Hogan,
Mm.
like last year. I think they were on some show together and they talked about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was kind of like, Booker T lived with that for a long time,
Mm.
and Hulk Hogan was like, "Oh yeah, I think I heard about that," or something like that.
It's okay, brother.
Oh man. All right. I mean, those are the classic ones
Yeah.
that you showed me.
Yeah.
That really gets me every time. It's like, how you have those stories or viral videos that you just have to picture it and you'll laugh
Yeah.
even when you're by yourself, like on the train, and people will be like, "Why is that guy laughing by himself? He's crazy." Yeah. That's funny.
See, can you see? Okay, hold on. And the Rocklets.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Regular. Okay, hold on. I'll be back. Oh, I'm gonna do it good now.
Oh man.
I'm gonna do it good now. So guys, wait.
Seriously.
You know what? On the comments, thank you for always commenting. For those people that
Yeah.
always do, why don't you on the comments share links of videos that always make you smile or make you laugh?
Please, I would
Yes.
love that.
Because I think what we need to do is not just for Bobby, because Bobby's been feeling down and whatnot, but all of us always need a good laugh.
Yeah.
So share your links, and I think that's it.
I wanna. There's one. I don't know what you have to search,
Yeah.
but there's a guy. There's a bus driver that throws a kid off the bus,
Oh.
and then like throws him off the bus, and then people are yelling at
Oh.
the bus driver.
Yeah.
But then when they pick up the kid,
Yeah.
it's like
It's a little
a
person.
little. They're like, "That's a man."
Yeah.
Look for that one. That one, I'd be dying for days. That one, and there's a simple one where there's a news anchor on site and interviewing this kid dressed up as a zombie in Portland,
Mhm.
and they're asking, you're a good looking zombie, like what do you think about this party or something? And he's like dressed up as a zombie, and he just responds, "I like turtles." And the news anchor is like, or the reporter is like, "Okay." All right, that's it. I needed a good laugh.
All right. Thanks for
Thanks, guys.
watching, guys.
Send us
Bye.
those links. Thanks, guys. I like turtles.
I like turtles. Oh, see. Can you see? Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm getting there. And the Rocklets. Regular.